Oh, good morning, BBs.
Good morning, friends. How are you?
It is too early.
It sure is.
Welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige.
And boy, oh boy.
Streamlabs is real particular about playing clips.
Nobody would have noticed if you hadn't said anything.
Yeah, they would have.
Hey, can I tell you something? I love this jumpsuit.
Yeah, they're asking about your jumpsuit.
I got this jumpsuit last week on Thursday, and I have worn this jumpsuit maybe like 4 times.
It's a good jumpsuit.
In a week.
Yeah, I would. Can we get a little commotion for the jumpsuit?
Jumpsuit, baby.
You told me we could have matched. We love a jumpsuit.
We love a jumpsuit.
And you know how many jumpsuits I have.
So many.
There's so many.
We love a jumpsuit.
I've got an overall, but not a jumpsuit on.
Is there a zipper, or do you have to take it all off to pee? There is a zipper. It goes down far enough where I can pee in it. Now, obviously, if you're equipped differently than me.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck.
Is what is always the plight of not having a penis.
But yeah, we all went and got jumpsuits. Those of us who were without jumpsuits last week.
Now you got jumpsuits.
And now we have jumpsuits.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I feel very good about it. Mm-hmm. We have some. We have a bunch of news, and it's not all jumpsuit related, though it could be.
It could be. There's plenty of jumpsuit news to get to, but we decided we'll switch it up a little bit.
We'll switch it up a little bit. I want to talk about something literally just broke as we were going live. And I feel like we have to, don't we?
Fine.
Don't we, though? We kind of have to. Should we not?
Do it. You just type Twitter in all caps, just so you know.
Yeah, I type Twitter in all caps.
Just so you know, Anthony left caps lock on.
I type in my own. I type in Twitter very loudly.
Yeah.
Because I just retweeted it.
Someone say Badoof? You got doofed.
You got doofed. Last week, the Walt Disney Parks released a 20-minute roundtable of Imagineers talking about Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, the Halcyon, which if you have not heard about it, this is the Star Wars 3-day vacation experience. They're not calling it a cruise because you don't technically go on a ship, but it feels like you're on a ship.
That's so cool.
It's an immersive Star Wars hotel. Hotel / vacation experience. It's 3 days. I think it's 3 days, 2 nights. 2 days, 2 nights, something like that. But it's you go into what you think is a spaceship. All of the windows are fake, and they look out onto space. You sleep in Star Wars. You eat in Star Wars. You live in Star Wars.
I already do.
And then
because of my Star Wars sheets and all my Star Wars kitchen utensils.
That's true. You do live in Star Wars. I live in Star Wars as well. Sometimes I forget how much Star Wars I live in, and then I look around my apartment and I go, "Oh yeah." However, oh yeah, let's bring that up.
It's up.
Great. No, but I mean.
Okay, now, yeah, all right, let's get into it.
Yeah. So this is the Galactic Star Cruiser.
This is the Galactic Star Cruiser.
You stay on this thing and you
can choose.
You choose your experience. There's like real Star Wars stuff going on all around. You take on missions. You like meet characters.
You like meet characters.
We got echo on your laptop.
We got echo on your laptop again.
So it's pretty freaking exciting. You're going to meet Star Wars characters. You're going to dress like Star Wars. The only time you leave the Galactic Star Cruiser, the Halcyon, is to go on your excursion like you would on a cruise, but the excursion is going to Batuu. So you go to the Disney park and you spend a day. Everything's in universe. Very exciting.
It's so exciting. So what happened today? All of this released today. All of this actual information and not just discussion, right?
Yeah, this is the actual information. And then they also released this 30-second trailer for the Star Cruiser experience.
By the persistence. And now we're ready.
We gotta go see the ship.
No. We're gonna save the galaxy.
Come on! Come on! It's so good.
So I'm looking at the pricing plans.
Let's take a look at the pricing plans.
Sample cabin rates. 2 guests per cabin is $1,200 per night per person.
Yep. It's cruise prices.
3 guests is $89 per person, you know.
Now, I think an important thing to realize about this is just like a cruise, it is all-inclusive. So meals are taken care of, non-alcoholic drinks are taken care of, shows and entertainment are taken care of. So...
How do they get this number? Or $4,000 total? $4,809 total.
That I don't know. I think that's if you wanted to... I don't know.
Right?
Per guest per night, 3 times $889. Maybe it's with taxes and fees and stuff.
Weird that the second number... Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. $4,000?
Yeah.
$4,000? That's a trip. That's like that's part of a trip to Japan.
Oh,
That's
$4,000.
That
You
cover
can
your trip to Japan.
you can do a lot of Japan with $4,000. You can do a lot of Japan with $4,000. I mean, that's the thing. That is, you have decided that your vacation this year is Star Wars.
Is going nowhere. Is completely pretend. You've decided that your vacation, should you be one of those people who gets to take a vacation,
First
is
of all, weird
pretend.
flex, but okay.
is pretend.
But I mean,
I look, I want to do it so bad, Anthony. Don't get me wrong. I want to do it.
I'm just as interested in this as I am in going anywhere else in the world.
My problem is the length of it, honestly. Is like I would be trading a week of vacation somewhere else price for 2 days of this.
Yeah.
Which is tough. It's not that I necessarily want to stay in this for a week. I think that this is a perfect length for the experience. I'm just like, that is a lot. Oh, and it's per guest per night.
Per guest per night. That's what it is. Yeah.
Not just per guest. Per guest per night.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Tom Biden is saying on a regular cruise, at least you can go on deck, etc. You have ports of call. This is a fishbowl holiday. I mean, so yeah, but we don't know what they're going to have on the Halcyon,
Yeah.
right?
It's very cool.
They've discussed how immersive it is. They've discussed how many different things there are going to be to do on the Halcyon.
This is definitively more interesting to me than a cruise.
Oh, for sure. I've been on a couple cruises, and I gotta say, yeah, you can go out on deck and stuff on the cruises, but I mean,
But that'll be different for cruise people that like
Yeah.
to go on boats and shit and see oceans.
Yeah.
I hate the ocean. And I don't want to be on a boat. So that's different. And I'm not interested in cruise people, and I'm not interested in people talking to me that aren't dressed up as stormtroopers. You know?
yeah.
There's something about cruise people that are just too ready to mingle for me.
It says during your voyage, you won't just meet new and familiar Star Wars characters. You'll interact with them in ways you've only imagined. They need your help. You'll assist and even join them on daring missions.
Do you think I could kiss Kylo Ren?
I mean, if he's into it, with consent, obviously.
Well, yeah, always.
But I think that's the thing, is because it's going to be a limited number of people, it feels like you will be able to, like, these characters will have more freedom and they'll be around more.
Yeah.
than they are in the parks.
Yeah. It's not just going to be Kylo walking by and hitting one of the buttons of the 10 things he can say.
I mean, it might be.
I would think not, based on what they're saying. And if you're going to be 24 hours around the clock.
That's true.
Running around the fucking ship.
You'll make choices throughout the voyage. You'll receive communications. You may even be invited to secret meetings and adventures. There's lightsaber training, bridge training. You'll learn how to fly and navigate the Halcyon. Planet excursion to Batuu is, of course, the day that you spend at one of the Disney parks. In this case, for the first couple of years, it's going to be Disney World. They're opening it in Orlando first. Relax in the Sublight Lounge, which is their like fancy bar. It's like a mix between Cantina and Canto Bite. Sample itinerary. So here we go. Launch pod to Star Cruiser. Now this is the thing. You show up in a parking lot, but then you get onto a ride that makes it feel like you're on a ship. So you go to the Halcyon on a ship. So from the moment you get on that, it feels like space. Ship orientation, light refreshments, sabacc lessons. You had to learn to play sabacc.
Of course.
Muster, captain's reception, dinner featuring live music, outer rim regalia. And then that night you get an unexpected story moment. So everybody, based on who they are, what they're doing, what they're dressed like, what's going on, you get some sort of story.
Wow.
Your Star Wars story. Bridge training, special atrium entertainment, and then day 2 is breakfast, then Batuu. You immediately go right onto the rides. There's no waiting in lines when you're coming off of the Star Cruiser. Then you get another story moment. Which happens on Batuu. So this is part of whatever your mission was that you got on the Halcyon continues in the theme park.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Then you do Smuggler's Run, you do lunch at Docking Bay 7, you head back to the Star Cruiser, lightsaber training, droid racing, building model ships, a sabacc tournament, cocktails at the Sublight, taste around the galaxy dinner, another story moment, and then the spectacular finale. I mean, that's 2 days of Star Wars.
That's 2 days of Star Wars. They encourage you to dress up and show off your look during the Outer Ring Regalia exhibition. Like, that's cool.
Oh, man. You can do full cosplay?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, beans.
Beans.
Oh, beans.
You know, while we're talking about Disney,
I'm gonna show up in my man. I want to show up in my Inferno Squadron jumpsuit.
And you can.
And see if they immediately make me an Imperial spy.
You can. You can do that.
Oh. Kaylin Rohr asks about a dono goal. Yes.
It would be $1 million.
Yes. Let me tell you something. When we joked about going to Japan, we were 50% joking.
Uh-huh.
We're also 50% joking about this.
Same price.
Same price.
All right, while we're talking about Disney, let's get this out of the way. Disneyland did just relaunch their pass program. For those of you who are Disneyland people, you know, if you had passes or if you've been an annual pass holder, during COVID, they eliminated completely. They eliminated their season passes. There was only individual day tickets when they reopened. Nothing else to do. Oh, you're right. New month, new dono goal. I'll set that up in just a moment. We should have that going because that helps us make the show, you know. Anyways, Disneyland has relaunched the annual passes under a new vibe.
Yeah.
They are called Keys now instead
called
of just annual passes.
Magic Keys.
Magic Keys. And let's talk about what the options are. If you're into that sort of thing. Starting with the lowest, Imagine Key is $3.99 a year or $19 a month after a $179 down payment. It has a pretty hefty blackout date calendar. You can't go essentially on pretty much any weekend.
Most of the summer, a lot of big holidays. But
July is blocked out. A good portion of June is blocked out.
But if you're... you know, the couple weeks around Christmas, the couple weeks around like spring break for kids, the big holiday celebrations are kind of blacked out. But if you're somebody who lives in California or Florida, I think this is only at Disneyland for right now.
Yes.
If you're somebody who lives in California, it's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
You go down to Disney. You go to Disneyland on a Tuesday,
Right.
on a Wednesday, something like that.
Yeah. Which is very interesting. All of these are for California residents. For me, as someone who hasn't had a Disneyland pass because they were just too expensive, something like that, like $19 a month or $3.99 a year, is like, well, I don't want to go on weekends when it's busy. I don't want to go sure as hell when kids are on spring break. I don't want to go when it's 108 degrees in July. The only times I would go are the dates that aren't blocked out. I would want to go around sometime that's available in October. I would want to go sometime in December that's available. I like the festivities. I do love Disneyland, and I do miss getting to go. And this is the first time I've been like, you know, I'd think about it once it wouldn't kill me to go.
Yeah, I think, you know,
once we figure out this Delta variant.
it's a good deal. I mean, they go up from there. I mean, it's a good deal if you go to Disney a lot, right?
Yes, it's a good deal for Disneyland.
Yeah, because a current Disney ticket, I think, depending on what day you go, is for a single park is like $120 to $150, something like that.
I think it's like $150.
So for this, it's $3.99. If you go 3 times a year, it's essentially paid for itself. Which, if you're local, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's a locals only pass as well. You can't buy it unless you live in Southern California.
But something interesting that's new about these, and this references what Elpez just said, it said having a Universal Studios pass was great. We would just go ride a ride and get the fuck out. That is no longer something you can do, at least currently with these Disney passes. They require reservations.
You got to reserve a day ahead.
You can reserve your spot. Does it say how far in advance you have to reserve?
I think it's literally only a day in advance. I think as long as there's openings left, you could like go the next day. So if you decide at like, if you're hanging out and you text somebody, you can just be like, hey, do you want to go to Disney tomorrow? And then take a look.
Yeah.
Save Point Stu says anywhere up to 90 days in advance.
But yeah, I'm wondering how late.
I think it's literally the day before.
Yeah, very interesting.
It may even be the morning of if there are still slots.
That would be my curiosity. I'm hoping it's just based on slots and not just a time thing. But that's the case with every single pass. You have to have reservations, and I'm not sure if that will last past COVID, and that's just going to be the thing.
It might. They were having crowding issues, and so I think they're trying to keep the crowds down, and they're trying to make sure that, you know, everybody, like especially people who are on vacation, are able to get in, and they're it's not super crowded. But we'll see what happens. I don't mind it either. I think it's a good way to keep those crowds. Because let me tell you something. I just hate going to the park on a super crowded to capacity day. It's not fun for me.
Yeah.
Speaking of that Universal Pass, was great if you were a resident, because if you went to Universal Studios, you could, on your way out, be like, hey, can I turn this into a local pass?
Yeah.
And it was only like $20 more.
It was like that here, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I got it here. And we used to, like, if we went to go see a movie, you could also duck in and, like, ride a ride or something.
Exactly.
Or, like, go to Moe's and, like, have a drink and then, like, run. Because we don't go to Harry Potter World anymore.
We don't. We don't go and buy butterbeer. We don't spend money that ends up in J.K. Rowling's pocket, because that's for turfs.
Yeah. We used to, and it was great.
We had fun.
It was a lot of fun. Maybe I've got a house sweater and a prefect pin that just sits in my closet, because what am I gonna do with it? I'm not gonna wear it.
If you want to buy Harry Potter stuff, go on Etsy and buy from independent sellers. Ideally, you know what would be great? Buy from a queer seller. Make J.K. Rowling roll in her grave. I know she's not dead, but I can wish.
Only buy pins made by queer sellers that show Dumbledore and Colin Firth. Colin
Firth kissing.
Johnny Depp, but not Johnny Depp.
Not Johnny Depp.
It has to be depicted. It has to be depicted as Colin, whatever his name is.
Anyway. But yeah, Universal used to like. What news did I miss? Why do we hate J.K. Rowling? Bud, you're a solid, 2 years behind.
J.K.
Rowling's a TERF.
She is, TERF is trans exclusionary radical feminist. She does not believe trans women are women.
Also deeply racist.
Also very racist. Hey. Cho Chang.
Hey.
Kingsley Shacklebolt.
The Bank Goblins.
The Bank Goblins. Hey, 2 Jewish people here. The Bank Goblins. Also, I think there was one Jewish character, and his name was literally Goldstein. We don't do that.
No.
We don't do that anymore.
No, we moved on.
We don't do that anymore.
We can do better. But yeah, I mean, universities like beg you to take those passes. They would be like, I don't know, bring us a fucking soda can, dude.
Yeah, just come
Give
come
us
in.
whatever change you have in your pocket, and you can have a pass. You can have a pass for just whatever change is at the bottom of your pocket.
Yeah, and they do a lot of like local things now for locals. They try to make it really fun.
They do.
I'll tell you this. I hope that deal sticks around when Super Nintendo Land arrives. If it ever does.
I mean, we know it's built here.
It's practically built, yeah.
I mean, because I know that, like, when I was working there, when I worked in a position that often put me on the back lot, I was not technically working. I didn't work for Universal Studios, I will say that.
Yeah. You were working in production. The offices were on the lot.
Correct. When we would go into the back lot and go get lunch or something, we could see, like, shit built.
Hey.
Shit was already built. And
Shit
that
built.
was beginning of 2020.
Yeah.
And, like, look, I know not a lot happened in 2020, but still. Anyways, we've got gaming news.
We do have gaming
oh, no,
news.
You wanted to get to that first? Yeah.
I mean, like,
well,
look.
we're talking about theme parks. Maybe it's just a little bit of a theme park day. It's fine. Do we have an extremely full spreadsheet of stuff? Yeah, absolutely. But let's talk about theme parks.
I mean, we got one more thing. We might as well mention it as long as we're talking about it. Right now, Super Nintendo Land or Super Nintendo World, as we discussed when we had Mario on the show.
Yep.
Not too long ago. When we had Mario, Zelda, and Samus on the show.
For the 35th?
Yep. Is basically Super Mario Land right now.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, where's the rest of the Nintendo? There are a couple Pikmin hiding around, but that's it. Where are the expansion? Where's the Metroid? Where's the Zelda? Come on, where is all that stuff? And Nintendo said,
We got other stuff.
It's happening, don't you worry. The tie monkey. Necktie monkey's coming next.
I'm laughing because one of the mods did a typo. EQ, instead of saying theme park, said Tiki Parks. Sorry. We love you, EQ.
Listen. Why? I'll ride a necktie monkey ride.
But it's not what I was asking for next.
And you can think about the things that they could put in Necktie Monkey Land. Like, Pauline could do a show. She could sing her song.
Sure.
From the Mario Odyssey. Sure. Like, I get what they're doing. A barrel ride, a minecart ride. Like, I get it. Mm-hmm. It better be because you have big fucking plans for Zelda.
Yeah. You better not have gotten to them yet because you've got big plans for them. I don't think that's the case.
Better be because you have the biggest, most role-playingest plans.
I don't think that's the case.
For Hyrule.
I think, though, if anything speaks to it, it's the way that they celebrated Zelda's 35th anniversary. If they're not even going to give us fucking games or, like, cool remasters for it.
Well, you know, a Skyward Sword HD is not cool enough remaster for you.
No, it's not. So if they're not even going to give us, like, a really good remaster, there's no chance they're giving us a big park for it.
Between my health and Skyward Sword HD, my Zelda streams came to a screeching halt. I had so little fun streaming Skyward Sword HD.
Aww.
And then, of course, health stuff. But it was like, ugh, what am I going to get up and try to stream because I have to play Skyward Sword? Absolutely not. But yeah, we're ready for more of the Super Nintendo world. We're ready for any Super Nintendo world. To be honest, just let me go.
Let us have it.
Let me be there.
Everybody get vaccinated so that we can stop spreading variants of the deadly fucking virus so that we can go to Super Nintendo
fucking
world.
Lambda now? Come on, get out of here. Did you not hear about the Lambda?
I didn't know it was called that. Sounds like a museum. Like LACMA.
You're thinking of Ligma.
No, I'm not. No, I am not. How dare you?
There is there is a big Dead Space remake in the works, as we all know.
Uh-huh.
It has been announced.
Uh-huh.
We are aware of it. But there's been some news that makes this Dead Space remake even more interesting to me.
It does.
Now, this has to do with the team that has been hired for this Dead Space remake. First of all, former Assassin's Creed director Eric Baptizat, he was the director on Valhalla. He also worked on Origins, Black Flag, and Unity. He will be the director on it. He's got other Ubisoft veterans along with him: Watchdog Legion's Philippe Ducharme, For Honor's Roman Campos Oriola. BioWare vets are joining on. Like, this is not a team that you assemble for a straight remake.
No, it's not. It's got to be a relaunch. It's got to be a relaunch of Dead Space.
Yeah.
It's got to be with plan of what's next.
So,
in my opinion,
there was a recent interview with a couple of the devs in charge, and they said we started with the original level design of the original Dead Space, but then just started tweaking it. What's funny is you can see some of the iterations that were made prior to the game shipping by the team. In the first chapter, you can see corridors that they wanted to do first in a certain way, and you can understand why they had to change them for technical constraints. They're like, we're rebuilding all the assets.
right?
We are changing up everything. We're making the game that they originally wanted to make,
Which is lovely.
not the game that they actually made.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So they said they're also working to fill in some plot holes. They're working to, they're like, we are not just porting this thing. We're not just up-resing textures. We're not just adding polygons. We're rebuilding every element from scratch. We are reshooting all the animations, etc. So they're recapturing everything. That's fascinating.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. That's quite the fucking team.
This is EA saying we are relaunching Dead Space. This is a major IP for us.
Yeah.
And I think that's very fascinating. Well, the thing is, Alonso brings up a good point, and it's a point that we're going to talk about a little bit more here in a moment, where he says higher ups from Ubisoft don't bring confidence. Now, these are like director level developers and below.
Not executives, which is a good sign.
It's not the greatest sign because we don't know what, I don't know about these people.
Right. I don't know this person personally. It is nice that people have split off. I would be more concerned about the people who have remained at Ubisoft than the people who have left a bad company, but I don't know. We can't speak to that. I agree. As soon as I read that, I had the same initial reaction, and I was like, ooh,
I will say the same thing.
Ubisoft, exactly. He doesn't have any active accusations that are publicly against him.
I will say the same thing that we say every time we talk about Ubisoft. We do know some people that are inside Ubisoft that are working to make it better. Good luck to them.
Right.
You have a huge uphill battle, and nobody will blame you if you take off.
Yep.
Nobody will blame you if you take a look at it and you go, you know what? Maybe too much of a job. Maybe not worth it. Anyway, that's the Dead Space remake. I loved the first Dead Space. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game.
And 2 and 3, when they started leaning more into action, really kind of took it away from me.
Same. I liked it to be spookier,
Yeah, and I think there's more room for that now in the industry. Back when the original Dead Space game was made, it was like everything had to be very Gearsy.
Yeah.
And now we don't need that. So everything can have its own vibe. And so I'm really excited for them to do something big with Dead Space.
And for people like Way of the Boys in the live studio audience saying I've never played Dead Space, as much as people like to complain about getting remakes and remakes and remakes and remakes and feeling like there aren't new things coming, if you feel like that, you should be playing more indie games. This is a cool thing. I appreciate that by getting these remakes, we give a next generation or a generation that simply missed it, or just people within it that missed it, the opportunity to play a game in a way that's much more accessible to them.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to go back and play old games if you're used to a certain level of quality and graphics at this point, or control mapping and layouts.
How far back can you normally go to play a game that you never played before at this point?
I think that it depends on the game a lot.
I think it depends on
the game.
genres a lot.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It depends on genre a lot.
I can go back to PS1.
Yeah.
I can go back to PS1 for certain genres. There are certain like very ambitious, fully 3D like PS1, Saturn era, N64 era games that are like I could see where they were ambitious and cool back in the day, and then it's like, but they're broken.
Right. Like I can play anything that was on the GameCube.
Yeah.
I can play pretty much anything that was on the GameCube.
Absolutely.
But I will say, like, as someone who's played a good amount recently of like, what did they just release? They released a bunch of the like. All of the old Nintendo games on Switch, that old catalog, I was playing through them.
Yeah, the
on
NES
Smosh,
games.
So, like, NES games. That was tough.
They do a good job of picking and choosing.
They did,
and,
but it's tough.
Our buddy Xander from Failed Safe, one of the players on Failed Safe, also streams, and he's been streaming Zelda games as well, and he's been talking about how he's been playing Zelda 2. Zelda 2 is a broken and terrible game, but one of the things that Nintendo did with this, with their Nintendo Online, is rewinds and unlimited save states.
Oh, that's good.
So you can go back and play the NES games and like rewind stuff, which you absolutely need for unfair.
Clever.
I can go back to Super Nintendo for certain things if a game is really good, or like if it's a particular genre, like GBA.
Yeah.
NES is, if I haven't played an NES game, the time to play that NES game has passed.
I can agree with that. Yeah, and there's a lot of NES that I didn't play because like my first console was the N64. So like pretty much all of playing NES, like we had a Super Nintendo in the house. I remember playing our Super Nintendo. I think we even had an NES, but I don't remember really playing it. So like most NES games are going back and playing for the first time for me.
I definitely had an NES as a kid, so, but I played most of the games at this point. So, or most of the games that are worth playing. So there are very few things to go back to. And when somebody's like, "Did you ever play this NES game?" I go back and I'm like, "Oof. No, I did not, and you remember this from your childhood."
Yeah.
Gotta go. Or I'll see the cool ideas that were in it.
Right.
And I'll be like, yeah, but there are 20 games that do this better, especially if it's a franchise.
Right.
Where it's like, go back and play the first Darius. It's like, no, I'm not gonna go back and play the first Darius. It's a shmup. I'm gonna play the most recent Darius.
Right.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Go back and play this early fighting game. Yeah, sure.
Right, and then genre-wise, like, I've been talking a lot about Ages of Empires 2 because I got re-addicted to Ages of Empires 2. That game's from fucking, what, released in, like, 99, 2001?
2001, I think.
2001?
Ages of Empires 2? Yeah, I think it was around 2000.
Like 2000, 2001. That holds up so well because nothing needs to necessarily change about that in, like, control mapping. I can sit here on my PC and it's the exact same fucking game.
Yeah. At the same time, like, we have our little handheld emulators.
We do.
I like taking like an N64 game or a Saturn game or a PS1 game even, and like using the emulator to upscale it, you know, and like also to remap the controls to where they make sense.
Yeah.
You know, and you can do some cool shit.
Absolutely. I think there are even like some N64 games though that get rough that you remember better than they are.
There are a lot of
Because
N64 games that are rough.
I'm like, I like to think that I could go back and play Banjo-Kazooie no problem, but I'm not sure.
You can, but like you don't need to. Like it's good, but like the N64 is the most beloved console with the worst library in the history of time. It's such a bad game library.
Right.
Anyway, but yes, but there's also room for things like this Dead Space remake, the Final Fantasy VII remake. I love seeing reimaginings of games as well.
And seeing them get to make the game that they wanted to make in the first place with a different kind of space around them.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, hey, and by the way, everybody who's donating, giving bits, things like that, remember we have a big honor roll. We're gonna shout you all out at the end of the show, as we always do. Speaking of controllers,
oh yes,
it's very rare that I get a little hot under the jumpsuit for a controller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a controller.
Right.
Xbox has this new controller coming out. And it looks like Donkey Kong.
It doesn't do for me what it does for you.
Now, this is... You look at it, you're like, yeah, it's shiny blue. This is the Aqua Shift Special Edition. It's got an ice cream blue paint job. It's got the ice cream paint job, baby! And then it has grippies. It has these cool fucking vaporwave rubber grippies on the side. I love it.
Yeah, show that video. The
I
video
love
does
it.
show off the color shift a lot better.
Oh, that's good.
It is good.
I love this controller.
Yeah.
I like what Xbox has been doing. I like what Microsoft's been doing with Xbox controllers, because if you scroll down, you see like their last couple releases, they're basically doing sneaker drops.
Yeah. They are kind of doing it like sneaker drops. You're right.
They're doing sneaker drops. This comes out. It's out for a couple months.
Now this.
Oh, yeah.
Now this one is appealing to me.
You like
This
that?
one makes me a little hot under the overalls. You know,
Yeah?
a little.
You like that gradient?
I like that gradient. I like the like black to that kind of like aqua green color. Yeah, that's cute. All these camouflage ones upset me.
I like the white camouflage. I like
No,
the
it
Arctic.
still upsets me.
Arctic camo I enjoy.
It's too Summit Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah. What about the clear maroon there? It's almost a fantastic purple, but not quite.
It's not for me.
They had a clear white one that faded from totally clear to opaque white.
Now that
Shit was amazing. And I like that they come out with matching charging cradles for them.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the
Oh.
one. Click that one, the Phantom White.
Oh yeah, that's good. I mean, look, it's probably just based on like the time that I was born, but I love a see-through plastic piece of tech.
Oh, me too.
I love a cheesy early 2000s see-through controller.
You and I are both into, and we're into it for different reasons, but we're both into that like Y2K product design.
Yeah.
We like that iMac. We like those clear plastics.
Yes, we do.
We love that shit.
We do.
Those controllers are so good, you know? And I think the other thing that Microsoft has going is they have their design lab where you just make your own controller, any colors you want, like custom messages.
Uh-huh.
Sony needs to get on that.
I agree.
And you know I'm a big Sony guy. If I'm turning on a console, it's usually a PlayStation. But damn, these controllers are good.
Yeah,
And
I
the
have
customs?
many times built a custom controller that I didn't order because it's just like a little too expensive.
I mean, if you need
It's
one,
not for what it is.
here's the problem. When you need a controller,
Yeah.
the only problem, like when you do something like you go onto like the Nike site and you do Nike Design Lab, you're not in a rush.
No.
When you need a controller, you just need a fucking controller.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, am I going to order this and add like 4 days of lead time and then
Not be
pay
able to
like
play
$10?
anything, yeah.
Or am I going to Amazon same day whatever Xbox
Or run to
controller
Target or
run to
whatever.
Target or like whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, Xbox is my go-to PC controller as well. I currently use an Xbox controller as my iOS game controller.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the de facto controller right now,
Yeah.
and there's a reason for it. It's a
mine's
great controller.
Literally right here.
Yeah.
And it's an off-brand, and I like it very much.
Oh yeah. What is that? Like a Power A or something?
It is a Power A.
Power A makes the nice colorways.
I like it. It's a good color. And
Yeah.
It's pretty.
And if you wanna wired, Power A is the way to
much
go.
prefer a wired controller.
Talk to me about that.
I hate replacing batteries. I won't do it.
Oh.
I don't know what part of my mental illness will not replace batteries in something, but once the batteries are dead, it's dead to me.
I just have, this is my little life hack. I drilled a hole into a drawer in my credenza, and I have a battery charger that's always plugged in, but you can't see it.
That's smart.
And so they're always like double A's charging.
Yeah, that's a good
Because I
idea.
would rather have double A's like the Xbox has than an internal rechargeable battery.
Yeah.
Like Pro controllers or PlayStation controllers, because it's like, I don't want to have to plug this in.
Yeah.
I can get 2 AA batteries right now.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah, Power A is pretty good if you're gonna get a third party.
Yeah.
Power A
It's
is
a
pretty
nice-
decent.
And it's a nice color.
And they're
it's got a
cheap.
shiny D-pad.
I personally think if you're gonna get third party and you don't need wired, I think you should go with 8BitDo. I think 8BitDo makes the best controllers. They're not as pretty, but they are so good. They work with multiple devices and they're insanely cheap. Have you ever used an 8BitDo controller?
I'm not sure.
They're the one they make them. They look like classic controllers, but they're like Bluetooth. They're very good.
Oh, yeah. No, I do know what you're talking
They're
about.
very
But hey,
good.
while we're talking about PlayStation,
Let's talk about PlayStation.
let's talk about PSVR.
We love a VR.
We do love a VR. We're in a weird time in VR right now where unfortunately the most accessibly good VR system is owned by Facebook. That's a bad time, but PlayStation says, well, we do VR.
Now,
And we've been talking about the PSVR Pro 2.
I love
Pro
my
or 2.
PSVR.
Yeah.
As we've mentioned before the Quest 2 came out,
Yeah.
if anybody asked me what VR to get, I would tell them none. But if they were absolutely like, no, I'm buying VR today, I would tell them buy a PSVR.
Really?
It was
Today? Back then.
Back before the Quest 2.
Got it.
It's inexpensive. They really curate their library.
Mm-hmm.
It works with what VR is good at right now, or at least at the time. It was nice. It was a nice VR. But of course, things have improved leaps and bounds since then. The Quest 2 is like under $300.
And it's so good.
And it's so fucking good. You want a high-end experience? You plug it in with a USB-C cable. You want a wireless experience? You can do that.
Sure can.
It's so nice. Now, so everybody was wondering, because at one point before the Quest, PSVR was the highest-selling VR headset in the history of the industry. Bigger than the Vive, bigger than the original Oculus. It was the biggest VR headset.
It definitely made a difference in accessibility of VR.
Yeah. So, back in May, we got leaked details of the PSVR 2,
Yeah.
which we were very excited about. It was supposed to offer a resolution of 4,000 by 2080, so 2,000 by 2040 per eye. So a little bit more than the Quest 2, but not a high-end headset. It was going to have foveated rendering. It was going to have a lens separation dial. It was going to have a vibration motor. It was going to have onboard cameras, all of these things, and they sounded very impressive.
Mm-hmm. But wait, there's more.
New leaks. New leaks. Basically, Digital Foundry. I watch way too much Digital Foundry.
Yes, you do.
Why do I watch so much Digital Foundry? I'm watching the little frame rate graphs. You know, when I play games, I don't even care.
I know.
I get mad when people care too much about techie, nerdy shit with games, where I'm just like, just let the game be. Play the game. Let the game be fun.
Yep.
But I love watching Digital Foundry.
Yeah, you do.
Richard Ledbetter has said that the specs are even more impressive than the ones released in May. Uh-oh. That means they're looking at... They're saying it's going to do some motion stuff and some positioning stuff and some wireless stuff that is going to be extremely impressive, and that the resolution may be even higher and the frame rate may be even higher than those leaks let us know about.
Very interesting.
But if Sony comes out with a totally wireless, high resolution, they use their 3D audio technology that they've got in the PS5. You know, they've got that 3D audio processing built right in.
Right.
Into the headset. They're able to nail wireless video transmission even better than, like, Oculus can.
Right.
Or Virtual Desktop can. I mean, this could be a big deal. I could be into it. And especially if they simplify it, right?
Yeah. I definitely think, like, I don't need another VR headset for me personally, but I want all of these releases to make the market of VR better and stronger, and to make it so that, you know, then when the next one comes out, they have to top that, and they have to make it accessible in price, and they have to do all of these things.
Well, they say that this release is planned for holiday 2022, which means they know the Quest 3 is going to be coming. So they don't have to beat the Quest 2, they have to beat the Quest 3. So this is exactly what you're talking about, where it's like they have to be thinking about how to leapfrog the other guy's next thing.
Right.
But I think that's kind of tricky too, because VR is definitely in a place right now where, like, we don't hear much about it until a new headset comes out, and then everybody talks about it for 2 months, and then it kind of goes away. Like right now, it's if you're somebody who plays games and you're like looking for constant VR releases that are high quality, they're still not there.
No. No, VR is still a experience rather than a day-to-day console.
But I think if you look at what PlayStation did last time with their portfolio, and you look at things like Gnog and Tetris Effect and a bunch of these other games that were timed exclusives on PSVR, Moss, they really do. I think a new PlayStation headset will do a lot to push the quality of VR games forward for the next generation.
I agree.
Which is good for everybody who owns a VR headset, because eventually those timed exclusives come to everything. I like VR. I haven't played my VR too much recently. I gotta get back into the VR.
I haven't played mine since I moved. Yeah.
Gotta jump back into that VR.
Gotta get back into VR. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Saige.
I know we have bigger news. You can go to that first if you want.
No. What do you, let's talk.
I want to tell you about our Lord and Savior Second Life.
Long may he reign.
Y'all, people are still playing Second Life.
As well they should. Second Life is exactly what it says. It is a Second Life. It's a fully immersive experience. Name one more immersive experience than Second Life. Can't do it.
Especially not coming from the last story. We couldn't. Now, as of 2017, there was still an estimated 600,000 regularly used accounts, like currently active accounts.
Yeah. People who are into Second Life
active.
are into Second Life. They're dialed in. There is an economy on Second Life that is still going strong.
Well, you make a good point with the economy. The economy is based on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
It is, as much as there are things you can buy in Second Life and do proprietary in the game, for the most part, the economy is built on buying and selling and people creating original cosmetics in Second Life and selling them. So Second Life is cracking down because Second Life is still getting updates.
Yeah.
Can you fucking believe it?
Yes.
Second Life is banning gacha-style transactions, so essentially a lot of people who create original cosmetics would say you can spend $9 for a chance to purchase a cosmetic item that would be worth considerably more than that. It would be entering into essentially a lottery to get the opportunity to get to these very special or very hard to get or lucrative items.
We're all familiar with the gotchas, with the loot boxes. They're everywhere.
Those who aren't,
no, but I mean, no.
So,
but I mean,
gotcha.
You've seen this stuff. You know what it is.
Absolutely. So with that in mind, they said, no more, get fucked. But they did put out a lovely statement about it that I just think is so funny. Just taking this so seriously is so funny to me because it's Second Life. But, like, it is. People make legitimate real-world money off of this.
Yeah.
We did not make this decision lightly, and we understand that it will impact creators as well as event organizers and certainly the shoppers. We look forward to fun, creative ways of engagement that will come instead. Like...
See, what it is they were trying to buy a giant dick for their dragon.
Uh-huh. But they were only entering for a chance to
For
buy
a chance, yeah, because it was like a $300 dragon dick.
Right. So then they had to spend $9, and they didn't even get a chance to buy a $300 dragon dick.
No, it was a very rare dragon dick.
Right.
There was... My friends used to work Second Life support. I think I've told you this.
Mm-hmm.
You go into Second, and they would go in, you could choose what your character was going to look like, but when people would summon support... you would show up, and like one of my friends was a gelatinous cube. One of my friends looked exactly like herself, but always like better dressed, because they were working for support money.
Right.
But one of the things that you could do was like Linden Labs would give you a certain amount of money to spend within the economy, and then as you were walking around, people would be like, "Where'd you get that?" "Oh, a player made it." You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But the thing about Second Life is people can make so many things. When people were trying to make Second Life a thing, Oprah was doing an event in Second Life.
I did not know that.
Oprah, yeah. You used to be able to sit and watch shows in Second Life. Like, people were really trying to make it happen. It was like a big buzzy thing. Somebody made...
Pardon me while I write something down for one time on the internet.
Somebody made a box, a gift box. And when you opened this gift box, a bunch of little penises with wings would come out. And those penises with wings would swarm, and they would drop gift boxes.
I've seen that.
That would open and recursively create.
Of course.
And they opened up so many of these dick boxes.
Uh-huh.
That they ground the entire Second Life server to a halt, and
Yes.
Oprah's event had to stop. Second Life is full of some wild shit.
Now,
There's some cool shit in there, too. But there's some wild shit.
this is a question for the BBs.
Hey, BBs.
Now, you know that Second Life is banned on Twitch. Heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking.
Oppressive.
How am I supposed to live my second life with you?
But, like, would you watch Anthony and I play it on YouTube? Because it's not banned on YouTube.
Is that a thing? Black Quinn, why is that? Oh, maybe you didn't hear the penis box story that I told. That's pretty common in Second Life. It's pretty common in Second Life for a cat person with an 8-foot dick to be walking around. And the cat person is not 20 feet tall.
If I think of a 20-foot tall cat person, that's just my like completely natural response.
Uppies.
That is not an option.
Uppies.
Yeah.
You cradle me now.
Uppies.
I would play it.
I just want uppies from a 20-foot tall cat girl.
God, there's so much weird stuff that's still there. It's like a ghost mall.
Yeah.
It's like the internet's ghost mall.
Well, and it's a similar experience to we went into worlds.com on one time on the internet, and like there are so many promos from like people that did collaborations with Worlds at the time, where there was like Worlds with posters in it for specific music artists and shit. It's a time capsule.
Well, there was that episode of Monster Factory where Justin and Griffin were running around. I think it was one of the Boy Mayor episodes.
Yep.
And there was an entire Duran Island.
That's what it was. It was Duran Island.
It was a Duran Island, which like for Duran to even be around in the early 2000s is weird.
Yeah.
But then Duran Island is still there.
That's incredible.
Still there.
I think dogs should vote. Also,
I think dogs should vote.
Also, Mike earlier with those gift subs. How dare you? Mike always enters chat saying, I think dogs should vote. And today is the day it's actually appropriate.
God damn, I love it.
I just want to play Second Life.
We have a lot of games that we've been meaning to play with each other. And not just the emotional ones that we play with each other all the time. Not the psychological ones that we play with each other
We're
constantly.
always playing.
But there have been some actual video games that we've been meaning to play together. Maybe we should do some Let's Plays.
Maybe we should do some Let's Plays.
Would you all watch that? Would you do some couch games with us? I don't know. You all have to do it. You all have to do it.
Everyone has to play Second Life.
Everyone has to do it. Everyone has to watch the video if we make the video.
You just have to watch it. Yeah,
YouTube's too much. YouTube's too much.
YouTube is honestly like a bunch of work.
It's just fucking too much.
There's a bunch of editing.
I
You
fucking
either have to find time to edit it, or have to find a way to pay someone to edit it.
People are always like, "What happened to your vlogs? I loved your vlogs." I was like, "Somebody had to make those vlogs."
It's a lot of work.
It's too much.
Right. You don't have time for Second Life. Well, fortunately for you, you can watch us do it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do it. Bringing things back. You know, we're talking about Dead Space. We're talking about Second Life. Were you Left 4 Dead?
I played a lot of Left 4 Dead.
I was really into Left 4 Dead in the day.
I went through my Left 4 Dead phase.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
I think we all did. And and because of that, I, as I'm sure you all are, am excited for Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood.
Now, the Back 4 Blood beta details.
Back 4 Blood beta. Back 4 Blood beta. Back 4 Blood beta. One sock cutter.
He cut socks. Two sock cutters. They cut socks.
Three sock cutter. Oh. Lost you early on that one.
Lost me early. We haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Been a while. Back 4 Blood beta period is coming, baby. This is for everyone who has been excited about Back 4 Blood. There is a first wave of beta access for pre-orders of the game that starts tomorrow. August 5th, runs until the 9th. It is available on all platforms, so that's going to be PS5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. That early Back for Blood.
Yeah.
Let's show that B-roll.
Yeah,
while you're
we
playing.
did just get that beta trailer.
The second beta is going to be an open beta, August 12th through 16th.
If I have friends playing it, I could see myself 4-player co-oping.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, I'm going to be so into this.
I'll play with you, because the only way I can see myself doing it is having friends that
Oh,
are
no.
playing.
There's no way I'm playing unless I've got a squad.
Exactly.
But, God, just the cozy Left 4 Dead vibes. You know what I mean?
Real cozy.
Real cozy.
Back for Blood's back. All right.
We're not running and gunning.
Love it,
Let's see. Both portions of the Back for Blood beta will feature 2 maps for the Swarm PvP mode, 2 co-op maps. What is with me today? We did the sock cutter things. We did the sock cutter thing, and now I'm done. Yeah. 1 sock cutter, he cuts socks. 2 sock cutters, they cut socks. 3 sock cutters, they cut socks. 4 sock cutters, they cut socks. 5 sock cutters, they cut socks. 6 sock cut. I think I'm back. 2 co-op maps, new weapons, and build decks. Beta players will be able to play as Mom for the first time, as well as the other characters, Evangelo, Holly, Walker, and Hoffman. In Swarm, there's the option to play as 6 different spooky monsters, including the Exploder, the Hawker, the Bruiser, the Wretch, the Stinger, and the Crusher.
Fun.
When not running and gunning, players will also be able to scope out the Fort Hope Communal Hub. Mm-hmm. Great.
Sure.
And crossplay is enabled for both beta periods.
Now beta goes live tomorrow?
Beta goes live tomorrow. There is I believe there is a raffle to sign up. Players can register for a shot at the first beta period. So go register at the Back for Blood site.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm not worried about being in the first one so much. I'd like to play in the second one. I'd like to get my hands on Back for Blood as soon as I can.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna stress about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not gonna stress. It's coming.
You don't need to stress.
It's coming.
It'll be there.
It's coming, baby.
Yeah.
We're gonna
You'll
play.
get it.
We're gonna play.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried.
Honestly, not even worried about it.
It's very exciting.
We've got a lot of remakes. We've got a lot of things revisiting and reviving. Let's talk about some new stuff.
Let's talk about some new stuff.
Shall we?
Yeah, please.
Let's talk about Wayward Realms.
Ooh.
Wayward Realms looks really, really lovely. Tell me about it.
Wayward Realms is a new game from Ted Peterson and Julian LeFay. They were the lead developers of the teams that made Elder Scrolls Arena and Daggerfall. They also worked on a bunch of early Bethesda games, and this is their open world, Bethesda-like. They wanted to get out there and make something that harkens back to sort of the earlier, your Morrowind times, but with like more modern. Because I wouldn't say that Skyrim is Morrowind.
No.
They're very different.
Yeah.
And I think what they wanted is they wanted to do something that feels like a mix of both. They want it to be very open world. They want you to be able to build every part of your character through your
look at that
actions.
world.
They want you. That's got to be a pre-render. They don't have anything
That's
yet.
gotta be.
They don't have anything yet.
It does look beautiful though. For a few second trailer, like that shot, that's the one that they were like, oh, that's the trailer.
That's the one.
That's the trailer, baby. You come out over this mountain, you see everything. Look how shiny all our stuff is. Look how fucking shiny this game is.
So they're saying they want to create an open world fantasy RPG where choice, consequence, scope, and role playing will be experienced like never before in a realistically scaled open world. Okay, on a new class of time, the Grand RPG. They're saying that it's bigger than most games you can think of. They want it to be realistically scaled cities and islands, so when you walk into a city, it's the size of a city. We'll see. We'll see, Ted.
That's what they want it to be.
That's what they want it to be.
That's what I want it to be.
That's what I want it to be for
I
them.
hope it is.
Hey, Ted, Julian, I want that for you. Constantly evolving experience and story. So this is basically like so this says, this is kind of fun. A virtual game master keeps things interesting for you, making other characters and their factions react and plot their next move based on your actions, resulting in no two players having the exact same experience.
Now that's very interesting.
World events have very different effects in the life of a socializing aristocrat, a thief entrenched in underworld conspiracies, a scholar collecting ancient artifacts, or whatever role you craft for yourself.
That sounds like it's very ambitious. It could be a very big game.
They've got a lot of talent on the team. You know, it's not just people from Bethesda. It's a lot of BioWare people who, you know, a lot of BioWare people jumped ship recently, so they're out there.
Sure did.
They've got the talent. We'll see if they have the money and the time and the tech. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the money, the time, and the tech. We shall see. But I love an ambitious game.
Yeah.
I love the idea of setting the expectations there and trying to get anywhere near it, and then seeing if someone else
Sure.
can look at that and go, I'll try to get close to that too.
It's giving me Fable vibes with what they're saying, which is not good. It raises my spider senses tingling.
Yeah.
But if they get even 50% of what they want, it's going to be a good game.
It's going to be a good game. Yeah. In a game that is not something massive and impossible.
It's massive in my heart.
You're right. Christine Love's new game. Get in the car, loser.
If you're not familiar with Christine Love, Christine is the developer of Lady Killer in a Bind and Digital A Love Story, both two amazing games. Go play them if you have not. And Get in the Car, Loser is a lesbian road trip RPG.
You know this is my shit right here. Look at this. So this is the first look at the game, which is available up on itch.io. I mean, come on. Look at these characters.
Very good.
Look at these characters. Ugh.
Yeah, the artwork is very good.
What a beautiful looking game.
It says it's an RPG about fighting for love and justice in the face of indifference and discovering yourself, whatever the fuck that means.
I love that. That's so delightful. This game is coming out in September. Right now, they've just got the option for you to sign up for an email notification of when it comes out. It's going to be up on itch.io. They have a landing page on there right now for it.
Well, I love
support beautiful queer indie games.
I love this because it's like, look, we got Final Fantasy 15. We got the Magical Car Boys.
Yeah. Where are magical car girls?
The Magical Car Boys did not do any kissing, even though it's clear that they were kissing.
Like, show us.
So I love that they're doing. I love that this is a Magical Car Girl game. The bullet points for this game are so fun. It's like active time battle system inspired by modern and classic RPGs.
Incredible.
Equipment-based character progression system. Each item offers different abilities based on what character you give it to, and can be switched between characters on the fly. Visual novel-inspired dialogue system allows for optimal shoving your foot in your mouth while shooting the shit in the back seat experience. And then, girls.
Just girls. You know, they're great. And the disaster lesbian representation we need in 2021.
Love this.
No side quests, no maps, no codex entries. Who's got time for that in the world's in peril? Incredible.
It looks great.
Girls, just girls, you know? Like,
you know.
Like,
yes.
Yeah. Also, when introducing you to the characters, they do list all of the characters' pronouns. We do have in the main cast here a non-binary character, which we love to see in representation.
Valentine Viante.
Like, yes. Yes.
Grace's cool boyfriend who actually knows how to drive.
Come on.
That's very good. That's very good.
What a bunch of babes.
What a bunch of babes.
We love to see it.
Do we just 180 this shit?
Okay.
Do we just 180 this shit right now? There's Activision Blizzard news.
I have to go to the bad.
There's Activision Blizzard news. Let's talk. It keeps going. We got to talk about it because this is some of the biggest news in the industry.
And of course it keeps going.
A lot of great reporting on this from across the entire industry. We're pulling some stuff from Axios Games, Stephen Totilo, and Megan Farokmanesh's new outlet. Blizzard president J. Allen Brack has stepped down after being named in the lawsuit against Activision Blizzard by the state of California. This is the most we've seen Activision do in response to this. We saw their empty garbage statement. We saw employees walk out because of the empty garbage statement.
Yep.
But this is the first big change that we're seeing. He will be replaced by Jen O'Neill and Mike Ibarra, which frames them, and a posting on Blizzard's site frames them as a solution to the studio's problems. Both leaders are deeply committed to all of our employees, to the work ahead to ensure Blizzard is the safest, most welcoming workplace possible for women and people of any gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or background, to upholding and reinforcing our values, and to rebuilding your trust.
Here's what I don't want. I don't want you to uphold and reinforce your values. Your values suck. Burn it down.
Now,
Burn it down.
is it a coincidence that this big movement and this big gesture and this big statement happened a day before Activision Blizzard's investor call, which happens today?
And
Who can say? Who can say?
They reminded us that, like, don't worry, Overwatch 2 is not being held up by this. Diablo's doing fine. Don't worry about it. We're not affected by this.
No, look. We're going to get on the investor call and we're going to say Overwatch 2 is going fine. This is a bad man. We remove bad man. Replace
Don't
bad
take
man.
the Marvel government approach to it.
Replace bad man with good lady and also another man. It's fine. It's fine. But Brack, the president of Activision Blizzard, is one of 2 employees named in the suit specifically by name. Singled out for taking no effective remedial measure against a creative director accused of abuse. So that's
To
something.
The ground.
Another person who left was their head of HR after after employees in the suit and during the walkout said that HR failed them.
Oh, and of course they did. This is your daily reminder that HR is there to protect the company, especially in larger corporations. HR is there to protect the company, not you.
Jesse Meschuk, Blizzard's
Shouldn't be.
SVP
But they
of
are.
Global Human Resources for Activision Blizzard, is no longer with the company. He joined in 2009 and was the head of HR until January of this year.
Get out. Whole thing. To the ground. You did fail these people. These people were endangered.
I mean,
And
people.
nobody was there to protect them.
I don't want to listen. A bit of a content warning here. I'm not going to go into too many of the specifics, but some of these things that are in this suit were talked about specifically, and there are talks of an executive standing over somebody's desk and not letting them leave, not letting them reach for their phone, and screaming at them.
Mm-hmm. Which was brought to HR, and HR did nothing.
They said it's not harassment. He didn't touch you.
It's not what the word harassment means, you fuck.
It's not harassment. He didn't touch you. Now, of course, one of the big executives at Activision Blizzard is the cool torture lady who did the torture during the war. You remember the cool torture lady who was pro waterboarding? And then Activision Blizzard was like, let's hire her. She seems good.
When we say put women in charge, this is not what we meant. There's so many women.
Frances Townsend decided to tweet out in response. Not in response. She was just tweeting. It was just an unrelated tweet that Frances Townsend happened to be thinking about this and tweeted it out. She tweeted an article that said that there is a problem with whistleblowing and it's destroying America's workplace.
It was on her mind. Can't imagine why.
Employees, of course, started responding with, hey, fucking read the room, Fran.
Hey, fuck you.
Hey, Fran, read the room. And so, this Activision Blizzard executive started blocking employees on Twitter. Fran Townsend now appears, as of today,
To have deactivated their Twitter account.
it's gone.
It's just gone.
It's just gone.
No evidence. No one has screenshots. Don't worry, Fran. No one will remember.
Yeah. There's definitely not an archive.is page with everything you've ever said. And also, you're pro war crimes and we know it.
Right. She really said, how could I do war crimes at a game company?
How can I bring...
What would be the equivalent of war crimes at a gaming company?
So how can I innovate? How can I girl boss innovate enhanced...
Gatekeep gaslight girl boss.
How can I girl boss innovate enhanced interrogations, but for Blizzard?
Right.
How do I bring that? What's the largest... Can somebody... Hey, Susan, can you go ahead and get me the figures on the largest battery I'm allowed to connect to an employee's nipples? Thank you.
Fuck you, Fran. This is your also reminder, as we will every time we talk about these stories, that if you are currently signing on to World of Warcraft, if you are currently signing on to League of Legends, if you are updating your Overwatch and jumping in for a round thinking it is harmless, it is not. Someone has lost their life here. People are in danger. People are actively creating a space that tells women they are not welcome here and that they are not safe to be here. And every day that Blizzard and Activision get to keep doing so is another day that informs the industry that other companies can act like this too. Blizzard and Activision are not alone in this, but Blizzard and Activision are an excellent example of you actually taking ownership of your participation in an industry that endangers women.
We don't drink butterbeer, and we don't play Call of Duty right now, okay?
Overwatch right now. Yeah.
We don't play any of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Don't play anything Activision.
We don't play any of that stuff right now.
Yeah. We don't play World of Warcraft right now. We don't play League of Legends.
Which is Riot. But Riot's got their own stuff.
Yeah, League falls under, yeah.
You're thinking, yeah.
Well, anyways.
They've got their own shit that
yeah.
they're dealing with. But, you know, there are a million games to play out there.
Yeah.
There are a million games to play out there. You don't have to play the ones that come from the bad people.
You don't have to. Yeah, I misspoke on League, but also, yes, League.
So, that's that news that we had to give you.
Yep.
We had to do it.
We can bring it back up.
We'll bring it back up.
We'll bring it back up.
Do you want to talk about the thing that you were very excited about when I showed it to you?
The link's not in here.
Oh, I was going to say the other thing. This thing.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want
let's
to talk about that? Yeah, bring that up while I get the link to the other thing.
Let's talk about this. Anyone who knows me knows that I am a massive Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. Joss Whedon aside, we don't give money to anything that could give money to Joss Whedon, but there is a young adult sequel trilogy from Disney Books being developed, which seems so interesting. It is following the life of, what is her first name? Frankie Rosenberg, which is Willow's daughter, a sophomore at New Sunnydale High. Of course, they had to rebuild Sunnydale High School, and the daughter of the most powerful witch in Sunnydale history. I love that legacy for Willow.
And
I love that legacy for Willow so much.
And the book is about Willow getting chosen as a slayer.
Of Frankie getting chosen.
Sorry, Frankie getting chosen as a slayer, and she's the first Slayer witch combo. And slayers are disappearing.
So a Slayer convention is attacked, and Buffy, Faith, and Haley's older sister, Vi, might be dead. Haley is a new character to this. Vi is Felicia Day's character from the series, Violet. If y'all remember the kind of collection of Slayers in the later season. Very interesting.
It's planned to be part of a trilogy. Disney Books has been doing a lot of really interesting YA stuff. like really, really incredible YA stuff. They've been doing it with Marvel. They've been doing it with the Disney properties, like the mainline Disney properties. And it's interesting to see them like they wasted no fucking time with these Fox properties.
Yeah. Yeah, we were joking about it last night of them like looking around being like, okay. So we got the X-Men. What else we got?
What do we get with the X-Men?
What came with the X-Men?
We got a Wolverine. We got what's this one? What's this lady one?
Oh, that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
3 books.
All right.
All right. I love it. I love it. It's very exciting. There was an interview with the author, and she sounds just over the moon.
Yeah.
Just a huge. I mean, look, Buffy is very influential for a lot of us. It's very pivotal for a lot of us, and it's very exciting that they're taking this opportunity to bring it. They're doing that very good thing that Disney knows how to do, which is the seek boot, the bootquel. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, a sequel reboot.
Yeah, where it's like you don't have to know who Willow is. She's Frankie's mom, and
but
then if
it's
you
cool that if you do.
And then if you want to learn more about Willow's mom or Frankie's mom, it turns out there's a lot of stuff out there.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is unquestionably like probably one of, if not the most influential property for me as who I am as a human. The books don't go on sale until January of 2022. We did get a cover reveal, and like it looks like a romance novel to me. It looks like Twilight books meets romance novel.
It's very on trend with YA books right now.
It's so funny to me.
Well, it's interesting because it is for kids now. Like there's no recognition to putting Buffy on it.
I know.
So it's like we're going to introduce you to Buffy. I mean, it's got the B on it, and it's like you'll find out what this is all about.
Right.
You're going to love it.
In every generation.
You're going to watch it.
So cool. I'm so excited. I'm going to read the hell out of that.
The other thing that you were very excited about.
Okay. Yes, for me. You know I love a Tamagotchi.
This is the R2-D2 Tamagotchi. Can you believe? Raise your own little astromech.
Yes, please.
Look at that. Comes in 2 different colorways. A couple interesting things. So here it is. And here are some points about it. Kelly Knox, who writes for StarWars.com and a bunch of other sites. Kelly's wonderful. She's an excellent Twitter follow. Talked about some of these features and details. Number 1, train R2-D2 to master various skills. Take care of R2-D2 by keeping him charged and clean and by playing 2 minigames, firefighting and hollow chest, Dejaric against R2.
Yes, please.
There are 19 skills for R2 to learn and
Yes.
7 minigames for him to unlock depending on his skill level. This last one's great. Make sure you keep your R2 happy. If you neglect him for too long, Jawas may take him away.
I want it so bad.
I love it.
Is it on sale now? No.
No, not yet.
Do we have a date?
It is going to be out
Mike informed
November
on-
11th.
Oh my God, that's soon. I love that. Mike informed on our last Tamagotchi experience, asked, can R2 get paid by Grandma and Grandpa as well?
Yes. You can pre-order it right now. It is up for pre-order if you want to get that right on the 11th. Something that I thought was interesting that a lot of outlets are not talking about, though, is this is what's happening on the Tamagotchi site. Now, this do make it look like either more Tamagotchis are coming or updates to R2 are coming.
Because this kind of has a timeline here.
Look at this.
Can you just hear it going?
There he is. There he is. You're trying to charge him. There is. You can invite 3PO over to be his pal. So it looks like these are features. TIE fighter attack. Doing his little fly.
I love him so much. Oh my god, if they have a Vader one, right? Because that's originally what we thought when looking at these was maybe it was like a hint towards more releases of getting a Yoda one, getting a Vader one, getting a 3PO.
If I get to take care of a huffy little Vader, who
Anthony.
paces around and gets mad at me.
Oh, Chewie.
I think you played Djarik against Chewie. Yeah.
Anthony, I would give anything. I'd give anything for a Vader Tamagotchi.
There's a Bober. It's pretty cute. $20.
It's only $20.
$20.
I'll take it.
Wrap it up.
Give it to me.
Additionally, we got some other good Star Wars news, which
We're running out of time. We had so much stuff here, and we talked about theme parks for the first 20 minutes of the show.
which was great.
Whoops.
Which was great. And everybody loved it, and we loved it, and it was a wonderful time. But there's some more good Star Wars. Uh-oh. It's the first ever Star Wars Halloween special. Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales.
Fuck yeah.
Coming to Disney Plus.
Yes.
Ooh, baby.
Look, I complain, we both do frequently, about having to have so many streaming services, but the fact that Disney having their own streaming services justifies them doing things like this is the greatest thing.
The Lego Star Wars show team is entirely back. Bill and Bob are back running the show. It's going to be so funny. So Vader's Castle, if you read the comics, the Star Wars comics, they did an entire horror anthology called Tales from Vader's Castle. They did Cavan Scott did a Count Dooku as a vampire. He did a Christopher Lee Dracula comic book for Star Wars. It's amazing. So this is going to be more Tales from Vader's Castle.
Yes.
Basically, Poe and BB-8 land on Mustafar at Vader's Castle, and they find out that Vader's Castle has been bought. This is by Graballa the Hutt.
Graballa!
Graballa the Hutt! If you're not familiar with Graballa the Hutt, Graballa the Hutt is from the Star Wars, Lego Star Wars Freemaker Adventures. Bless you. Bless you. Graballa is voiced by Dana Snyder, Master Shake from Aqua Teens, and he sounds like Dana Snyder. He speaks basic. It's so good. Poe and BB-8 against Graballa the Hutt,
Yes.
and whoever is haunting and returning from the dead.
Give me that Scooby-Doo ass fucking Star Wars special. I'm so excited. Y'all, we passed the 100 days till Halloween mark. We're on our way. It's almost Halloween.
It's over the Garden Wall season almost.
It's over the Garden Wall season.
Can you do over the Garden Wall? Do you think August or September is over the Garden Wall season?
September is perfect.
September's where it's got to be.
September is perfect because I would finish it so quickly that I would be bummed that I don't have it to look forward to for quite a while.
No, you don't want to waste that.
Right?
You don't want to waste
September is
We will say that this Terrifying Tales is going to premiere on Disney Plus on October 1st. Now, this comes along with some other Halloween stuff that Disney Plus is doing, which is like the Muppets in the Haunted Mansion. Like the Muppets are getting a Haunted Mansion special.
Yes.
It's going to be a good Halloween.
It's going to be a good Halloween. Hey, everybody, this is your reminder to get vaccinated so we can have Halloween. Please.
I swear to
If
fucking
you're in a
God.
country that has access to it,
I swear to God, if you know, just bug them. Bug everyone you know who isn't vaccinated.
let us have Halloween this year. Let us have it.
Just let it happen.
We're out of time, but I just want to talk about one more thing.
One more thing.
It's My Hero Academia.
Oh, big announcement, huh?
Okay, so I am going to say this is technically a spoiler. It's a spoiler from the manga. It's not a huge spoiler, but if you are deeply invested in catching up on the My Hero Academia manga and you don't want any of it spoiled for you, this is your warning. It will not ruin it for you, but technically it's a piece of information you wouldn't have. We'll throw up the X. Y'all, as your local bisexual, we stand by sexual representation.
Love it.
We know that it's deeply limited in things like anime, because it isn't something that is as culturally normalized in Japan as it is here. It isn't something that exists in as much Japanese media. So, My Hero Academia. It would appear right now in just a translation of the Japanese manga that we have our first bisexual character in My Hero.
It's huge.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Boku no Hero bisexual? Whoa.
So huge. One of the, if not the most popular anime and manga series in the world right now. To have that sort of representation is huge.
And it's a pre-existing character. Oh, even better. It doesn't have to be that we just like introduce here's
It's not just their quirk is that they're gay.
Right. That's my quirk. My quirk is being just a little gay.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't want everyone to say it in chat because I know there are people that are watching against spoilers. But I did this with a friend last night. I was like, guess what character it is?
Oh.
And I had them list off characters. They went on for a few minutes listing characters, trying to guess who it is. No, it's okay, Empire. It was a good idea. I almost wanted to make you all keep guessing. It's okay to say, is it Jiro? That's not a spoiler. You're great. Right? So, who could it be?
Who could it be?
Who could it be?
So many wonderful characters that we love. Oh.
It's Mineta.
It's Minoru. It's Minoru Mineta. The horn dog crybaby of My Hero Academia.
It's Mineta. No, it doesn't make sense, and you can't say that. You can't say that. Look, a bad stereotype of bisexual people is just that, like, you just couldn't decide, I guess. Guess you just want to fuck everybody, and don't ya? So they made the horny, creepy guy the bisexual who just wants to fuck everybody, and that is a bad stereotype of bisexual.
I love boobies, and that makes me bisexual. What?
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 So many better choices.
Anything would have been a better choice. Hey, give us bisexual Todoroki. Give us a split boy in more ways than one.
I mean, come on. That just makes sense.
Give it to us.
The community obviously has thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any point in holding these hands up anymore. These are clearly spoiler memes.
Yeah.
But it's okay, I want to see them.
Bisexuals after seeing Mineta is confirmed bi.
Ex-bisexual.
Bisexuality leaving my body after finding out that Mineta. Bisexuals going back in the closet because of Mineta. Bi people when they get representation, but it's with Mineta.
I've won, but at what cost?
Gays praying that Mineta being bisexual was a mistranslation.
Yep. Don't say it.
I'm not gonna.
Yep. No out of context clip of
No,
that.
we don't do that.
There's a lot of good memes around it.
One step forward, two steps back, baby.
And that is just something I wanted to talk about, but I think we're out of time.
We're
way out of time.
We're way out of time. We're way out of time. The cops are going to find me here any moment.
You're so right. So we got to run. Thank you for spending your morning with us. Of course, we're going to go through and thank everybody that supported us this morning, everybody who followed, donated, and subscribed. Y'all, look at you. That's the first day of our monthly donation goal, and you're already crushing it. Thank you so much for your kindness and support. That's so wonderful of you. We appreciate you so much.
Happy 1 year anniversary.
Happy 1 year. It's too early anniversary.
Our first episode was August 3rd of last year. I have pictures of us with the fried chicken Crocs.
That was not the first episode.
No?
It was July 27th.
July 27th?
Yeah.
Happy anniversary for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
July 27th. We did it.
Oh my gosh. I thought
it's that the first episode is gone.
I thought
the July 27th episode is gone.
Right. That's right. Chicky Crocs.
Yeah.
I thought Chicky Crocs was first.
July 27th.
As far as the VODs know, it is.
Yeah, right?
So thank you all so much for supporting us for a year of this show. That's so exciting.
It is.
That's so exciting. You know, we literally do this in an extra room in Saige's place.
Yeah.
Always have.
We
And
do this so that you will get up and watch it. And the fact that you really will, considering this was an experiment. We didn't know if anyone would get up and watch this. Of course we didn't.
I wasn't working, still not working. She hated her job.
Yeah.
And we were just like, let's do a thing.
Yeah.
And we did it, and you watched it.
Yeah. Mike,
So-
stop gifting subs.
So thank you.
Thank you.
We
love
appreciate it so much. And of course, as we thank these people that donated, subscribed, followed, of course, remember, if you already follow, amazing.
Yes.
If you don't have any cash to give, we understand that. Money is
Yeah.
weird.
There's lots of other ways to support us.
Yeah, don't you worry. We just do the show to do the show. You just show up. Maybe share the show with your friends. Let them know that you enjoy it. And we are so good. We are beyond overjoyed. But we do want to thank the people that that gave a little extra today. First of all, Blue Pirate, thank you for hosting. Kaylin Roar with looks like 10 gift subs. Mike Goochman Twitch, 5 gift subs.
Mike.
Alonzanzo Button I Click, he says, with the resub for 11 months. Auto Autonomy with the with that Prime resub for 2 months. Grubby Mitt, Isolated Ray, Metal Black, Silverhawk 902. Thank you all so much for the follows, and thank you Silverhawk 902 for the 150 bits. One Elwinian, thank you for the follow. Alonzo with $11. No nice.
No
keep,
nice.
Keep 69s out of this number, he says.
No nice.
Goochman Twitch, Mike with another 5 subs. 54 Aqua Snakes, 36.93. Nice. Also treats for Dagger. Thank you, Dagger. Thanks you as well. Critter Jason with the follow. Kurt with the $25 for Sugar Breakfast. Way of the Boys, 420. Blaze it. Hakasta 7192, $69 for Kylo Ren dates. Wink, wink. Alonzanzo, $4.56. I make a numbers.
You did it. You made a number. It said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh, we made a number. Kaylin Roar, 200 bits. Gab Greg, 47, $30 for all the hours and hours of entertainment you provided. Go get that Sugar Breakfast. Thank you. Chaotic Groovy with the resub for 5 months. 444 Robert 444. Hashtag Silly Boy. Thank you for the follows. Emperor Kialich with the resub for 3 months. As Joriel with the resub for 10 months. Cat with the follow. Chris Plowman with the resub for 4 months. Ariel Third with the resub for 3 months. Clobag with the resub for 3 months. Cold Shoulder with the resub for 3 months. 3 months paying to get up too early and loving it. We love that you're doing it as well. Thank you all so much for all your generosity over the past year.
So cool of you. And hey, Anthony,
Hey,
when it's not exactly 8 a.m.,
yeah.
where the hell are you?
Oh my God. What are you, a cop?
No, ACAB.
Good, ACAB. Well, you can find me everywhere on the internet at Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I am at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. I will not be back today, but I'm planning my triumphant return to Twitch streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, probably after Kids on Bikes, right here in this channel. You can go over to my channel and watch me. I'm going to play some Death's Door. I can't play Skyward Sword anymore right now. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Also, every Friday, you can catch my comedy science podcast that I make with Jeff Kanata, completely improvised with real science stories. It's called We Have Concerns. It's at wehaveconcerns.com. You're going to love it. It's so good.
love it.
And then, of course, Fridays, I'm here for Failed Save.
Which is back this Friday.
It's back this Friday, babies. It's our live play D&D show. Come watch. Bunch of good people. Saige, what the fuck are you about?
Good question. Today's a busy fucking day. Just after this, at 11 a.m. Pacific, so in just over an hour, I will be live on Mad Cave Studios' Twitch channel.
The comic book publisher?
Yeah, I'm going to be hosting their show from the Mad Cave. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be interviewing some lovely, talented people, an author and an artist from Grim Tales from the Cave. It's going to be really cool. It's a cool spooky anthology series that's a very good read. And I get to interview them and talk about their work on it. After that, I'm going to be over on Smosh Games, and tonight I'll be on my channel. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige.
Yay!
Oh, how can you say ACAB and get upset about bi stereotypes? Because bisexual people aren't killing people in the streets. Have a good day, everyone.
Have a good day, everyone. It's a
love you,
broken
babies.
system, and you cannot participate in it without becoming culpable.